Cancelled show, cancelled piece, backlash pushes Wang Yibo to psychiatric ward. It began with silence. The kind of silence that does not come from peace, but from something deeper. Something broken. Wang Yibo had always known how to carry weight. The weight of fame. The weight of expectation. Even the weight of hiding. But nothing prepared him for the weight of being honest. When he and Xiao Zhan revealed their marriage to the world, they expected criticism. They expected uncomfortable questions. But what they received was something far colder. Abandonment. The love from fans had come like fire at first. Fierce and consuming. But then, it split. The industry shifted quietly. And all at once. Deals disappeared. Scripts were shelved. A highly anticipated drama, where Wang Yibo had already filmed more than half, was cancelled overnight. No explanation. No phone call. Just a short press release that said, "Creative redirection." Xiao Zhan found him the next morning, sitting on the floor of the hallway, his phone in his hand, eyes red, jaw clenched. "It is gone," he whispered. Xiao Zhan crouched beside him. "I know." They sat like that for an hour. No words. Just silence. But what Xiao Zhan did not know, what even their daughter could not see, was that something inside Wang Yibo had begun to unravel. Not just sadness. Not just anger. But something darker. Guilt. He began sleeping less. Eating barely enough. He stopped playing piano in the mornings. Stopped answering messages. Stopped going outside. At first, Xiao Zhan thought it was exhaustion. So he gave him space. Made soup. Read beside him at night. But then, he found Wang Yibo in the bathroom. On the floor. Shaking. Eyes wide. "I cannot breathe. I cannot think. They ruined everything. Because of me. Because I loved you." Xiao Zhan held him tightly, fighting back tears. "No. Because we loved each other. That is not wrong." But Wang Yibo was already drifting. His voice barely audible. "I see their faces in my sleep. I hear them laughing. Tearing us apart." That night, Xiao Zhan called a doctor. The next morning, they took Wang Yibo to the psychiatric ward. It was quiet. Cold. The kind of place where time moved differently. He did not fight. He did not speak. When Xiao Zhan walked him in, Wang Yibo only looked at him once. And said, "Do not let her see me like this." Xiao Zhan nodded. And broke into pieces the moment he stepped outside. Tears behind locked doors. What really happened to Wang Yibo inside the ward? The door clicked shut behind him. And for the first time since the backlash began, Wang Yibo was truly alone. The room was white. Too white. A bed. A chair. A window sealed shut. It felt less like a place to heal. And more like punishment. But maybe that was what he wanted. The doctors were calm. Gentle. Too gentle. Like he might shatter at any moment. And maybe he would. They asked questions he could not answer. "Do you want to be here? Are you thinking about hurting yourself? Do you feel safe?" He said yes to everything. But meant none of it. Meanwhile, outside the hospital, Xiao Zhan was crumbling. He had fought so hard to protect their peace. To protect Yibo. But nothing could have prepared him for this. The media had already caught on. A blurry photo of Wang Yibo entering the psychiatric facility had been leaked. The headlines came instantly. Yibo's mental breakdown confirmed. After marriage scandal, star spirals. Is love destroying their legacy? Xiao Zhan's phone would not stop buzzing. He turned it off. But the silence made things worse. He stared at the hospital door. Waiting. Praying. Remembering. He remembered the first time Yibo had said, "I love you." He remembered the night Yibo almost died on the operating table. He remembered the little voice of their daughter, asking, "Is Daddy okay?" And now, he was back here. Outside another door. Powerless again. Inside. Wang Yibo was barely speaking. He sat on the bed, staring at the wall. Nurses came, went, tried to make conversation. He said nothing. Until one night. He asked for a pen. They gave him one. Reluctantly. And he wrote a single sentence. "Tell him I'm sorry." The nurse brought it to Xiao Zhan the next morning. He read it. And broke down in the waiting room. In front of strangers. Fans. Security. Reporters. He no longer cared. Hours later. He asked to see him. But visitation was denied. "Not yet," they said. He went home. Held their daughter. And told her. "Daddy needs to rest for a while. But he loves you." She nodded. Then whispered. "Maybe he needs music. Music makes you feel things." That night. Xiao Zhan posted a video. No words. Just him. Sitting at a piano. Playing the song Wang Yibo had once written for him. The internet exploded. Fans began to return. Slowly. Sending support. Messages. Art. But with support came backlash. More hate. More judgment. People saying he was manipulating the narrative. A well-known producer posted, "Love is not a license to fail your fans." He was weak. And they glorified it. Xiao Zhan did not respond. But he kept posting. One post a day. For Yibo. Then. On the 7th day. Something changed. A woman arrived at the hospital. Not a celebrity. Not a doctor. A stranger. With a letter. She asked to deliver it directly to Wang Yibo. They hesitated. Then agreed. Wang Yibo took the envelope. Opened it slowly. Inside. Was a photo. Of him and a young boy. From years ago. Before fame. Before Xiao Zhan. Before everything. And a note. "You promised you'd never forget who you are. Come back to us." He stared at the letter for a long time. Then turned to the nurse and said, "I want to see him. I want to see Xiao Zhan." One look and he broke. Xiao Zhan's first visit to Wang Yibo's psychiatric ward melts hearts. It was raining the day Xiao Zhan returned to the hospital. Not a heavy storm. Just soft, constant rain. The kind that blurred the city like a watercolor painting. He had not slept in 2 nights. His daughter had drawn another picture for her father. Picture of sunshine. 3 stick figures. And a broken heart glued back together with red paper strips. "Please give this to Daddy," she whispered. Xiao Zhan kept it in his pocket. Close to his chest. The nurse met him at the entrance. This time. Her face was softer. He asked to see him. The nurse nodded. "He wants to see you." Xiao Zhan's legs nearly gave out. They walked him through long white halls. Sterile. Still. When they reached the door, he paused. Then it opened. And there he was. Wang Yibo. Thinner. Paler. Eyes sunken but glowing the moment they met his. Neither of them spoke. Xiao Zhan stepped inside. Closed the door behind him. And for a long moment. They simply looked at each other. Then Wang Yibo broke the silence. "You still love me." It was not a question. It was a fear. Spoken aloud. Xiao Zhan stepped forward. Pulled something from his pocket. The drawing. "She made this for you." Wang Yibo took it with trembling hands. His eyes scanned the paper. Then filled with tears. "She still believes in me. She never stopped." Xiao Zhan said. "Neither did I." And then. Something cracked. Wang Yibo leaned forward. Collapsed into his arms. And sobbed. Loud. Uncontrolled. Years of pressure. Hate. Silence. Everything. Xiao Zhan held him. Tight. Whispering over and over. "I am here. I am not leaving." For the first time in days. Wang Yibo slept. In his arms. Safe. Online, the world reacted instantly. A staff member. Moved by what he had witnessed. Leaked a photo. 2 men. Sitting on a white bed. One asleep in the other's arms. A drawing of a child resting on the sheets. It spread like wildfire. True love in one photo. He broke down in his arms and we all felt it. This is not weakness. This is what strength looks like. Hashtags began trending again. But this time, not out of scandal. Out of unity. Celebrities. Activists. Even politicians shared the photo. And then, a longtime critic, a powerful producer who had once cut them from a major project, posted a message that shocked everyone. I was wrong. Their love is not a liability. It is a revolution. I stand corrected. And I stand with them. The tide was changing again. Back at the hospital, Wang Yibo woke up slowly, still in Xiao Zhan's arms. I dreamed we were home. Xiao Zhan smiled. We will be soon. But just as hope returned, a knock on the door. A nurse entered, holding a phone. You need to see this. They took the phone. And on screen was a new headline. Exclusive interview, Xiao Zhan's ex-lover comes forward. The room went still. Xiao Zhan took the phone. Read the name. Eyes widening in disbelief. It was someone he had not spoken to in years. Someone who knew too much. Wang Yibo looked up. What is it? Xiao Zhan's hands trembled. Someone wants to destroy us again.